Hi guys, so everyone says that an EV can save you a lot of money in 2025. But the question is, do they really? So I've recently bought a used Tesla Model 3 long range. And in this video, I'm breaking down how much it cost me to charge my Tesla Model 3 long range and we'll compare it to what I used to pay to run my plug-in hybrid. I had a BMW 330e petrol plug-in hybrid. Let's see if you can really save money on an EV in 2025. Let's get into it. Oh yeah, and a quick reminder guys, I see that a lot of you are watching my videos, which is fantastic, but not a lot of you are subscribing. If you've enjoyed my content, please support the channel by liking and subscribing. It's the free thing that you can do to help this channel grow. I would really appreciate it.
So this is my new vehicle. It's a Tesla Model 3 long range. I absolutely love it. Just show you guys what it looks like on the outside. And a brief look on the inside. Looking very sleek and tidy. And so far it's been an absolute dream to drive. Charging is really simple. Simply click that button down there. Yes, this is my charger. Not the neatest at the moment, but it does the job. Anyway, charging is simple. So as you see, it starts off blue/white, and then you can simply insert your charger. Goes to blue. Once I've approved the charge, it'll eventually go green, and I'll just normally leave it like that the entire night. And in the morning when I wake up, the car's fully charged. How much more simple can that be? Very simple setup.
So I'm with Octopus Energy as my energy provider, and I'm specifically on their intelligent Octopus Gold tariff, which provides me with pretty much cheap electricity for my entire household, including my EV, overnight from between the hours of 11:30 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. And outside these hours, I think it jumps up to about 25 pence per kilowatt hour. I had a home charger installed at the beginning of the year, which charges at a rate of 7.4 kilowatt hours, and my new Tesla has a battery capacity of about 75 kilowatt hours. So to fully charge my car from 0% to 100% battery, at the off-peak rate at least, it would cost me around £5 to £6, which is pretty good. And most days when I come back from work after a long commute, I still have about a third of my battery capacity left. So I'm only having to top up by about 50 kilowatt hours, which is around sort of £4, which is pretty good. Now let's compare it to my BMW 330e. That would cost me around £20 a day just on fuel, and maybe £1 on electricity because it had a much smaller battery. So in a week you're looking at about what, £84. That's pretty expensive, and almost £400 a month just on fuel and electricity. With the Tesla Model 3, if I charged every night using the cheaper off-peak rate of 7 pence per kilowatt hour, I think that's about £60 a month I'd pay to run my Tesla. That's easily a saving of about £300 compared to my old petrol plug-in hybrid. That's pretty significant when you think about it. I did have one surprise cost with it though. I thought you didn't have to pay road tax for an EV, but I was wrong, because the car was originally marketed over £40,000 when it was originally made. I had to pay around £195 in road tax. Still a lot cheaper than what I had to pay for the petrol plug-in hybrid. That cost me over £500 a year in road tax, so still a pretty good saving there. To take advantage of the cost savings with an EV, it definitely makes sense to have a home EV charger. If you end up using a public EV charger, I've seen rates for things like 65 pence per kilowatt hour, 75 pence per kilowatt hour. Then it gets quite expensive. If you're relying on a public charger, you might as well stay with your petrol or your diesel car. And it's not just me. I've come across a few TikTokers who pretty much said the same thing as what I'm saying to you guys now. Check these videos out.
Spend the day with me and I'm going to tell you about why I have an electric car and the reason that we switched to electric. So the number one reason was I do a lot of driving and it was to save money. The main question people always have about electric cars is how much does it cost you to charge? And for us, on average, charging the car costs about £10 to £15 a week. I used to spend an average of £100 a week on diesel, so it really has been a massive saving. I use the Power NI night shift EV tariff, and this means that I charge the car at night time and you get a reduced rate whilst doing this, and that just works better for me. So I just plug the car in like I would plug my phone in to charge, and the next day it is fully charged and ready to go. I always check the meter and submit readings to Power NI, so this helps me keep an eye on my consumption as well. It's also so much more cost effective to charge at home, and if you're thinking of switching to electric, then charging at home is a lot cheaper than using the public charging network.
Myth busting about electric cars. EVs aren't that cheap to run. No, they are. Your upfront costs for any car these days are going to vary. But once you have the car, the running costs are significantly different. First of all, I can charge this Omoda E5 from my house if I need to with a 3-pin socket, and a full charge is going to cost me about £14. If you want to fill up a similarly sized SUV with petrol, that's going to be in excess of 50. And if you're doing that every week, that's going to add up. The second issue is about road tax. This E5 is all electric, no emissions, so therefore road tax, 0. If your car isn't electric, then the emissions are going to vary, and that means your road tax could be into the hundreds. And then there's the servicing. With an electric car, there are fewer moving parts, which means if something goes wrong, it's way less expensive to fix. And if you're still unconvinced, then book a test drive with People's Omoda and find out for yourself.
As you can see, both of those two were saving money by using an EV. It makes sense if you've got a home charger, if you're on a good tariff, you've got nothing to lose. If you're thinking about getting an EV, definitely do the maths on your driving habits. For me, I'm saving around £300 plus per month. And, I've only had the car a few months now and I am seeing the savings. That's easily savings of a couple of £1,000 a year for me. That's pretty good. I mean, the Tesla is pretty much paying for itself. There's minimal parts that move around in the vehicle. So in terms of maintenance, it should be a lot cheaper as well. Whereas with traditional combustion engine vehicles, you're looking at things like spark plugs, oil changes, brake fluid changes, and a whole host of other things that I used to pay a lot of money for. And I'm definitely looking forward to never paying for again. So my final thoughts are, getting an EV in 2025, if you've got a home charger, is an absolute no-brainer. If you're in a position to install a home charger, go ahead and get yourself an EV. And as long as the maths work out for you, you should definitely consider doing it. Well, guys, if you found the video helpful and useful, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's the free thing you can do, and I really love your support. Also, drop a comment below. Let me know just how much you guys pay for your EVs. And I'll try and feature some of your comments on the next video. And until that next video, guys, take care and I'll see you then.